Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Again, our focus continues to be centered over Imelda, Hurricane Imelda, and the effects it is having along our coastline. Again, homes have been falling into Atlantic. Cape Hatteras National Seashore reports that another unoccupied home on Tower Circle Road in Buxton collapsed overnight. Now, this would be the sixth home in 24 hours to collapse on the coast after 5 homes were destroyed yesterday. High tide is coming up today at Cape Hatteras at around 3:30, which means more of these houses being claimed by the ocean could occur. Now, Dare County said yesterday that 3 homes on Cottage Avenue in Buxton and 2 on Tower Circle Road had fallen. No injuries were reported in yesterday's collapse, and all 5 homes were unoccupied. The entire beachfront from northern Buxton through the northern section of off-road vehicle ramp 43 is closed. 18 beach homes that have been lost in the Buxton Rodanthe areas have happened in the past 5 years. And now we want to again turn our attention to the government shutdown that went into effect last night and is now impacting government officials across parts of the federal workforce. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
With the nation now plunged into a government shutdown, leaders of the 2 parties are in their corners showing no signs of negotiating.
They have taken the American people hostage in a way that they think benefits them politically.
They're afraid of the truth. They know that what they've done to health care has decimated health care.
Last-ditch stopgap funding votes failing in the Senate, with Democrats holding out to restore health care cuts and extend Obamacare subsidies.
Premiums and copays and deductibles are about to skyrocket, bankrupting many Americans.
Republicans argue those discussions can wait, voicing pessimism about the current standstill.
There literally is nothing to negotiate. They're bringing in extraneous issues that don't have anything to do at all with keeping the government open.
Despite the shutdown, Social Security, Medicare, and VA benefits will continue, along with student loans. But national parks could close, and roughly 750,000 federal workers could be furloughed. Many more, including TSA agents, required to work without pay until the shutdown ends.
We're looking for bombs, weapons, stuff like that, and you can't miss, right? So you don't want officers with added stress of how am I going to pay my bills?
President Trump raising the stakes, reiterating his threat of mass layoffs while blaming Democrats.
Cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like.
Democrats adamant those cuts are already happening, pushing for leverage now.
They've got to sit down and negotiate with Democrats.
As the nation waits for what's next. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Thank you very much, Alice, for that report. We now turn to your weather forecast. And again, Hurricane Imelda is really dominating our forecast as we look out over the southeastern United States. You can see again that the eye swirling, getting closer and closer towards Bermuda. Has yet to reach the island. Will do so late tonight into early tomorrow morning, potentially as a Category 2 hurricane. For now, we've got again some broken skies overhead. We've got mostly cloudy skies, but there are some breaks. It's allowing a little bit of sunshine to pour through. Now, we can't say it's going to be completely dry for the rest of the day, but I think most of us are done with the rain showers that were present across parts of the east earlier this morning. Certainly didn't impact everybody, but a few of us did see a few light showers coming down. Right now, we've got air temperatures sitting in the mid to low 70s throughout most of eastern North Carolina, and winds that are really stealing the show. Winds right now for inland areas 10 to 20 miles an hour sustained. Once you get on the eastern side of Highway 17, you're looking at a little bit more of a breeze, particularly around the Albemarle Sound, where wind speeds right now generally range between around 15 to 25 miles an hour for sustained winds. Gusts, though, reach all the way up to around 35, 36, 37, 38 miles per hour. It is a windy day today. Winds will still be present coming in tomorrow, but because Imelda, the main cause of the winds, will be pulling away from North America, our wind speeds will slowly relax over the next 2 days, over the next 48 hours. Now, another thing that's going to help us out will be that cold front stays further up to our north, and that area of high pressure really starts to extend over the eastern half of the country by the time we get to the tail end of this week. Now, Umberto, no longer a hurricane as the 11 a.m. update, now a remnant low, has maximum sustained winds of 70 miles an hour. So again, still a system that's packing a punch via its wind speeds, but it is moving east at 23 miles an hour with rising pressure. National Hurricane Center likely going to be dropping this system from its follow list by the time we get to around 8 o'clock tonight. Imelda right now still hanging on to hurricane strength winds, and in fact has now gone up to a Category 2 hurricane. Maximum sustained winds 100 miles an hour, gusts up to 120 miles an hour. Pressure at 966 millibars, and it is moving northeast at 20 miles an hour, heading towards Bermuda. Again, I anticipate late tonight, probably around 10 to 11 p.m., the eye of Imelda getting very close to Bermuda, if not moving directly over it. But it's going to continue to keep its forward movement speed high, and that will mean a shorter duration of hurricane-like impacts for Bermuda through tonight into tomorrow morning. By the time we get to Friday morning, this thing is going to be in the central Atlantic and just continuing to race away from North America. That is good news for us, as that will relax winds. It will bring about a little bit more of that cooler and drier air for the upcoming weekend, but it will also leave us with sunny skies for tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Most of Sunday also actually going to be fairly sunny and dry. 80 degrees on Saturday, 82 on Sunday. We'll hold in the low to mid 80s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, with Wednesday showing a little bit more in terms of rainfall potential. That's all we have time for today's noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a wonderful Wednesday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Supreme Choice.